Morrison's been producing chart-topping hits like these.
Such great songs, and it's no wonder that James has revisited them for his first ever Greatest Hits album, and James joins us now. I mean, can you believe it, James?
Not
You've
really.
got a Greatest Hits. Did you set out to have this album?
Not really. I think in the beginning I just wanted to be a singer, you know, and then when the opportunity came, I was just so stoked that I got the opportunity to be a singer that I didn't really get past that for the
Just thought greatest hit.
I just thought, have a song. At least get 2 songs that people know. You know, I thought that I just didn't want to have one song that people, you know, like a one-hit wonder or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you was a hit after hit after hit.
Well,
it just all those hits kept coming.
Well, I've been lucky to work with really talented people, and you know, I've had good people to work with over the years that have helped me achieve that. So it's not just me on my own. You know?
Was there a moment where, whether you were on tour or whether you got a #1 album, or you know, when you were out and about, and you thought, hang on, I can do this now for a living, and I don't have to go back to doing anything else. This is actually work.
Yeah, young. I was quite young, actually. I think I was about 15, 16, and I was doing like 4 gigs a week in pubs and stuff, and I just thought...
At age 15?
Yeah.
So young.
And actually, like, some of the teachers from school would come to the gigs. And then on the Monday, they'd be like, great gig, James. And it was a bit weird, I don't know. But, yeah, at that age, I realised then, like, I could do this.
Were you getting them on the guest list for good grades?
yeah, turn them down on purpose. No, it was just a really good time, you know. I was young, so I didn't really have any fear about it.
What age were you when you signed?
I was 20, I think. Wow. Yeah. I didn't really appreciate how young I was until now, really.
You're still
young. At the
young.
time, I didn't feel young.
Yeah.
You know, I thought, I know stuff. But you don't really. You know, when I was 21, I didn't really know anything. I was so naive. And I think if I had to go through it again, I don't know whether I could do it.
Really?
Yeah, you know.
What, because of this time?
Yeah,
what
I think there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot, you know, it's a completely different time. I think back then it was still sort of all the social media stuff was just coming up. And it was a lot of pressure to sort of fulfil all those things, but because I was young and I didn't really know any different,
no,
it sort of drives you.
And the model was there, wasn't it? You release a CD and then you go on tour, and then you release another album and you go on tour.
Whereas these last few years have been a bit awkward, but I'm just glad that I'm still doing it for one, and I'm going out on tour this year, so it's good.
Yeah.
I've just found a new love, like appreciation for it. I'm like, I'm really lucky. I just feel super lucky to be
It must be so exciting knowing that you're going back on tour, getting back into it.
Yeah.
How exciting is there you are in your element, doing what you know best.
Same T-shirt on, look.
It's all right. We're allowed to recycle. It's a good
yeah, I think it's good.
What I was interested to find out about you is the fact that you have such a unique voice. As soon as you come on the radio, you know straight away it's James. But you got that because of a terrible illness when you were younger. Well, tell us about it.
Yeah, I nearly died. Well, I was meant to die. I nearly died, technically died. I was born really young and like premature, and then my sister came into hospital to visit me, and she had whooping cough. Gave me whooping cough, nearly killed me.
Really?
Yeah, and they were going to turn my machine off. You know, like they were so like, oh, he's not going to make it. And my mum got a priest to come in and pray at the side of the veg. Yeah. So that's never left me. I always feel super lucky to be here, really. And I think it helps me in being honest, you know, trying to get to the point when I'm talking or and feeling an urgency when I'm singing or when I'm performing it. It's always there in the back of my mind that I could easily not been it.
So with your voice, you have to really look after it. You know, what tricks do you do, or do you really, is this it? TCP? I know someone out there who's a big star who uses TCP.
OK, yeah, right, yeah, that makes sense. I just use this, it's like a Chinese throat syrup called Ninjim Pipao Koa.
Oh.
And it's like I don't know why I know that. Yeah, it's like a throat syrup, that's it. I do some warm-ups, have a steam.
Because the only light side to that story as well is that you always have that over your sister. Like,
yeah. You nearly killed me. Yeah. Yeah, she's always saying, well, that's why you're the way you are, isn't it? Oh, what do you mean? Leave me alone. Yeah, no, I'm glad to be here. I'm just lucky to be here, really.
Have you enjoyed revisiting some of the old music? Has that been nice?
Yeah, I think I didn't expect to enjoy it so much. Going into it, I was a bit like, how am I going to get these tunes to sound exciting again? But actually, when I went in, I was quite surprised at how much of the songs were true still. You know, there's some lines in there that are still true to me this day.
Just listen to them, they haven't aged at all. They don't sound like they're from 10, 15 years.
That's all right. I mean, a little bit. You can hear it a little bit. I guess the production element to it sounds a little bit dated, but the song's still there. And that's kind of what I went into this album thinking. is that I've got to try and put the songs to the forefront rather than...
Have you reworked many of them?
Yeah, like, all of them nearly, yeah. Yeah, I just thought, why not? It gives people something new to listen to.
So did you fall... Because you know what it's like. You get a hit and it's amazing and it's wonderful, but then you hear it all the time on the radio.
Yeah, that's it.
And then I imagine you get bored playing it because you're playing it every
Well, that's
night.
the thing. It's like
so you fall out of love with it, and then how do you fall back in love with it?
You just have to do new stuff with it, try new things, you know, and that's kind of why I liked the idea of reworking all the tracks. It just allowed me to almost picture them like I'm doing it for the first time again. If I was going to do it now, I'd do it with a live band, which is what I did. You know, in the beginning, you know, they don't put money into you making tracks. You just have to turn up to the studio and you get what you're given. And whoever plays keyboard on the day plays keyboard, and that goes on the... whereas now, it's sort of a bit more tailored to how I like it. You know, I can get the musicians in that I like. So it's a bit easier to get what you want when you know your way around it.
And do you think you'll get some really good backing singers?
Definitely.
Maybe,
yeah.
For the new album?
Yeah, if they're well dressed like you are, definitely, yeah.
Well, and if you've got a good
and
voice
if you've
like
got a
me
nice
as well.
face and you've got a nice smile.
Seriously, James, do you feel like you've grown as a singer now? When you look back, you just think, oh, wow, I'm so much better now.
I don't think I'm better, as in, like, I wouldn't... That's not for me to say, really, but I've got more experience and I'm more comfortable in it. You know, I was so nervous in the beginning that the nerves took over the performance quite a lot for me in the beginning. And it's took me a lot... You know, I basically just had to have some real harsh things that are real life stuff that are scary to happen to me, and then all this music stuff is fun.
And then we're doing loads on BBC Radio 2 at the moment with Ken Brewston's piano sessions.
Yeah.
There've been so many great artists the whole of Feb. You're doing Valentine's Day, aren't you?
Yeah, I am,
yeah. Great.
The love day.
The Maid of Vale, concert orchestra.
It's going to be amazing. I've never actually played with a full-on orchestra, so it's going to be nice, yeah. It'll be nice. Apart from when I sang with Paul, he had his own orchestra there, so that was a nice little practice for this coming up.
Yeah.
Well, we're really excited because we couldn't have you on the show without you singing for us.
Not?
So we're going to send you off.
Okay.
What are you singing? What are you singing?
Broken Strings.
Broken String, which is a song that you didn't actually like in the beginning.
Well, yeah, it's just... I didn't mind it. It's just one of those... You know, when you sing it so many times, it's sort of... You know, my dad said to me, not sure about that one. But it's, you know, at the end of the day, it's like I always like the song. I suppose it's just... it becomes a different thing when it's a single, you know, and you sort of forget why you wrote it.
Oh, well,
and like
I remember
said,
now.
if you want, we can get an extra mic there, and there's a BV who I know that will not try and steal the show in any way, shape or form.
Have a drink of whatever that is.
I won't tell you.
And if